Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Will the Caribbean region suffer an economic downfall with the uncertainty which is expected to arise as a result of the impending arrival of Brexit on the 1st of October 2019? St. Lucia Labour Party spokesperson for Investment, Tourism and Commerce, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, mollifies the minds of the worried as he uses discretion to anticipate the effects for the region.
Given the impending arrival of Brexit, Parliamentary Representative for Castries South and St. Lucia Labour Party spokesperson for Investment, Tourism and Commerce, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, explained what this will mean for St. Lucia. Hilaire believes that although there are foreseeable benefits for St. Lucia, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson may be occupied with other national affairs.
Britain being out of the EU, there might be more opportunities for us. But I think in the short term, certainly Prime Minister Johnson would not be too occupied with issues relating to the Commonwealth and small island states like ours.
Hilaire agreed with the notion put forth by Prime Minister Alan Chastanet that Brexit gives the island the opportunity to shape a new relationship with the United Kingdom. He further explained that although St. Lucia has always enjoyed a strong diplomatic relationship with the UK, he anticipates that the UK will not negotiate trading relationships with St. Lucia alone.
Like if anything, it would be a UK CARICOM arrangement, which means that the entire CARICOM region will be part of it and not St. Lucia alone. And we know many times when CARICOM positions are taken, how is it favored and whatnot. But yes, he's right. It's an opportunity for us to shape a new relationship with the United Kingdom directly. But it also means a diminution of our influence within the EU.
Hilaire concluded that he does not anticipate the political or trading fallout from Brexit to affect the island's tourism unless the UK economy is negatively impacted by those two factors. For Hot 7 News, I am Love Spooner reporting.
Veteran Carnival designer Giovanni St. Thomas says our island's government needs to do more to support smaller bands. He also believes that St. Lucia Carnival does not stand out amongst a slew of carnivals in the region. Love Spooner tells us more in this report.
Hot Seat Heated with host Trisha Lionel accommodated veteran national designer Giovanni St. Omer. During the course of the interview, St. Omer lamented what he called the failures of St. Lucia's carnival product. St. Omer opined that a lot more collaboration was needed between the carnival bands and the national events organizers.
We still have small bands here who are struggling. And if we don't find a way to improve or to help them get off of that 2% to 5%, we're not going to improve our carnival. So it's not just about us having 15 bands and we look like a lot of color and beauty. It's about improving the quality and product that each of these bands are producing. We have to help everybody. Everybody has to have a fair shake, a fair share of this cake.
He says that although the government invested significantly more in this year's carnival celebration, the result was the same as the years prior. To him, St. Lucia's carnival is not unique, but rather a replica of what occurs in the Twin Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
We have crop over, we have a spice mass, everybody has their mass. We need to now look, we have the ability, we have the funds, we now have to look seriously at developing a mass that is uniquely St. Lucian. Because this thing of us just being a spin-off of Trinidad, because look at our costuming, look at our bands. Most of our bands could fit into one band and we say it's the same band, just different colors. Costumes are the same. But there are a couple bands who create that costuming. And you could see, okay, there's an effort, there's creativity.
In addition to creating a unique carnival product, St. Omer also suggested changing the judging category for the parade of the bands. He posited that creating a category for smaller bands would ensure that, quote, everyone gets a piece of the pie, end quote.
What I was always wishing, since last year I told them, they should have a small band category and a big band category. So in other words, the small bands are not discouraged. Have a small band of the year competition and a big band of the year. So you separate them so they're not discouraged. The small bands are lost in the background. They invest heavy money. They invest money, but they get nothing because the prize money down that road is nothing. Right. You understand? So they need something to keep them going.
St. Omer concluded that doing this in conjunction with government investment will encourage the creation of more carnival bands. For Hot 7 News, I am Love Spooner reporting.
The community of Micoud is in its final stages of preparation for its 2019 Carnival Queen pageant. The competition will see 7 contestants, dubbed the Sensational 7, vying for the crown and title of Miss Micoud Carnival Queen 2019. The Sensational 7 say they are ready and eager to capture the hearts of the public and the favor of the judges come Saturday the 27th of July at the Micoud Carnival Queen pageant. 5 of the 7 contestants spoke to Hot 7 TV News.
20-year-old Mirelle Kerflin Popo, proudly sponsored by Bryce & Company Limited. Build for living, build for life.
Meet Sonia Kelly Lubin, Miss Valley Cold Storage Limited.
I am Giovanni Isaac, sponsored by All Steel Solar.
I am Julani Moisha Joseph, Miss All Steel Roofing and Electrical Inc.
I am 22-year-old Nahika Joseph, proudly sponsored by US and UK Connection, where we cater for all.
Assistant Head Chaperone Diane Francis says the Micoud pageant is not to be missed, promising that the quality of performances on the night will be second to none.
Micoud is very supportive of the pageant, of the carnival. They're looking forward to this weekend. They're looking forward to seeing their girls on stage. People have the contestants have people from Castries, from all around the island coming to support, because they know that our show will be one to watch.
The contestants all agreed that the pageant journey, while challenging, has been a great learning experience.
The process has been wonderful. I have been more in touch with myself. I thought I was the most confident one. I'm not. I've learned that. And I thought my public speaking was A1. It's not. So I've learned that and I'm developing that. Getting better.
Well, over the years, I've watched the carnival shows in the community as well as the national level, and those who became victorious, I've heard them speak about how pageantry has helped them to develop themselves, as in how their communication skills have improved, their public speaking skills, how they better manage their time, and how they become more emotionally intelligent, and also how they make more rational decisions. And I wanted to experience that.
I like taking risks, and I've done pageants before, but I never did a carnival pageant. And to be honest, I like the vibe of it. So I decided, you know what, why not? Why not this year? Let's just try something new. Let's see what it's going to take me.
I decided to take the step in order to get more exposure to become a future model.
It did help me build my character. What I have learned is that I should be patient, a little more patient, and then I should learn to accept, and I should worry less because I tend to panic very quickly. So yes, it has taught me to worry less.
The Micoud Carnival Queen pageant will take place at the Tiroche Multipurpose Center from 7:30 p.m. on Saturday the 27th of July. Tickets cost $30.
Micoud Carnival 2019, a new alley.
Over 200 wheelchairs were gifted to those in need through the collaborative effort of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia, Rotary Club of Grosley, and the Wheelchair Foundation, also the St. Lucia Hotel and Tourism Enhancement Fund. Wednesday, the 17th of July, was the starting point of the distribution of the wheelchairs. More in this report.
The brainchild of Rotary Club St. Lucia came to fruition on Wednesday, July 17th, where approximately 270 wheelchairs were financed, purchased, and distributed for the betterment of those in need. Past President Rotary Club St. Lucia, Conrad Wagner, says there were roadblocks along the way, but persistence and well-formed partnerships made the wheelchair project a reality.
We had talked to the SLHDA and the TDF previously about doing this wheelchair project, and initially the time wasn't right, but eventually they came back to us, and I know John was pushing for this, right? John Matrin, who is on the board, as I said, of the TDF, he really wanted this to happen, and of course he ran into open arms with it at the time chairperson of the TDF, Mrs. Caroline Trubetskoy.
Expressing her pleasure with the initiative was President of the Hotel and Tourism Association, Caroline Trubetskoy. She says the worthwhile investment looks to improve the standard of living of those who truly are in need.
When you hear the term tourism enhancement, you perhaps think that all we do is try to plant trees somewhere and make the island look pretty, but the Tourism Enhancement Fund has gone far beyond that. The Enhancement Fund started about 6 years ago, and as Conrad has said, it was actually an interesting journey for me, because I had to call all of our hoteliers and say, what do you think? How about we charge every visitor $2 per room night, and then we create this fund to do some good. And amazingly, I must have really had a lucky stars on that day. Everybody agreed, and it is a voluntary contribution by the guests. The hotels did not have to agree, and yet we are able to collect about 1.5 million easy dollars a year, and that gives us an opportunity to really give back to our island, not just in tourism, but really spread out over a variety of projects.
Minister for Social Transformation Leonard Spider-Montoute notes the impact the charitable contribution will have on not only the disabled, but also their caregivers.
The more than 100 wheelchairs catering for both children and adults will certainly make a big impact on both people with disabilities needing chairs and their caregivers who have to assist them in getting around. Mindful of our increasing number of St. Lucians becoming disabled, whether as a consequence of congenital conditions, accidents, communicable and non-communicable diseases, and acts of violence, we welcome this act of generosity targeted at a group who can quite easily be forgotten and or abandoned.
The wheelchairs will be distributed over the next couple of weeks. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more after the break.